To say the very least, humanity has been held back by systemic exploitation like bottlenecked resources, suppression of technology and knowledge, and the hoarding of wealth. The focus of our ambitions should be to overpower the forces that rule over us, break the monopoly over our lives, recover the lost time and progress to get us where we would be if that had never happened, and take our world to a type of utopian space age that generates peace and prosperity for everyone. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be anyone talking like that, much less trying to achieve it. So I took it upon myself to put together a plan that will allow us to accomplish that, and have dubbed it the Blue Cross Movement for Positive Equality, and I'll explain why very soon. Understand that I'm not here trying to hype you up on hopes and dreams. Though some may initially doubt the scale of this vision, every solution is grounded in proven technologies and capabilities that we already have. This plan presents a feasible transformative roadmap to break the monopoly over our lives and seamlessly transition us to a true 21st century space age within 10 to 15 years. Through these innovative policies aimed at societal and environmental restoration, we can absolutely forge a future of true freedom, peace, prosperity, and sustainability for the entire world. What we need to decide is that we will continue to fight for different causes with little to no progress, or if we will come together to enforce a massive change and reshape the world for the benefit of all. Malcolm X famously said, "We are not outnumbered, we are outorganized." We need to fix that by uniting under a set of solutions that make sense for everyone. What we really need to register in this moment is that in just the last 100 years, tens of trillions of dollars have disappeared from the US alone. Not to mention resources spent on false narratives, black ops, rival nations destabilizing each other, and so on and so on. If in that time we had been working together as a species, how far could we have gone? Where could we be right now if all those resources had been used for progress and the enrichment of all of humanity? The point is that this plan is not only feasible, but that we could have accomplished it and be there already. Please keep in mind this is a set of dynamic, multifaceted solutions that are meant to work together to create a transition from where we are now to a new way of life. Some of them are only temporary and will become obsolete as the other solutions grow into place. Also, these proposals may have to be specifically tailored for different regions. So please listen to the full plan to understand how that would happen. Comment with any questions and concerns, and I will address them. In the description below, I've included links to expert-led YouTube videos that give real-world examples supporting these proposals to help everyone understand that this is all possible. Otherwise, this channel will be dedicated to the cause, and I will continue to post videos elaborating on the proposals, introducing new ones, debating them, and hopefully having guests to discuss it all. So let's dive into the plan. Through time, we've gone from being recognized as peasants to citizens. Though the term citizen is only a synonym for the word subject and reduces us to objects of a system. But true empowerment demands that we be recognized as the owners of our nations or lands. By replacing citizens with owners, we begin to affirm every person's stake in their country and give them an inherent sense of self-worth. This isn't nationalism. It's a shift towards tying individuals to their nation's wealth through mineral and data rights and a national inheritance compensation, an alternative to universal basic income, where UBI implies a subject of the state who requires assistance. NIC says I am an owner of my country and receive my fair share of the pie. Not to mention, as automation continues to take over the workplace, there has to be a transition to new forms of income for individuals and their governments. Becoming owners and establishing mineral and data rights also gives every individual an inherent sense of self-worth, independence, and power over their lives, and will diminish rates of depression, homelessness, and suicide, as well as soften displacement from automation. Corporations typically pay a lease fee and then are allowed to draw a vastness of natural resources nearly for free. We need to begin metering resource depletion as well as data collection and charge corporations who profit from these assets and redistribute the gains as NIC and social safety nets. Additionally, we can fund initiatives like farmers' cooperatives for biofuels, creating more family-owned businesses while reducing pollution and dependence on corporate monopolies. To begin dismantling corporate monopolies, we can redirect tax subsidies to small business growth and employee takeovers, empowering individuals while stimulating local economies and job growth. By restructuring the tax code to increase wealth taxes and eliminate taxes on low incomes and all homestead property taxes, we further strengthen the independence of individuals and remove the threat of anyone losing their family homes. The truth shall set us free, and moving forward, we require full transparency and disclosure of government records on history, science, technology, and even extraterrestrial knowledge. Resources of vast abundance and utility like industrial hemp should be unhindered and completely legalized. These measures will bring an end to dogmatic control and remove bottlenecks on resources, offering transparency to create a truly free open market and environment for freedom and opportunity. Outlawing profits from war and healthcare will foster global peace and stability as well as healthcare affordability, both increasing quality of life and extending lifespans. We will also maximize our health and freedom by incorporating organic gardens and orchards into all new infrastructure deals, ensuring the availability of free, local, healthy food for all people long into the future. Data is the new oil, generating immense corporate profits without compensating individuals whose energy, time, and personal device usage produce it. This exploitation, akin to uncompensated labor, must end. This plan establishes robust data and electronic user rights, ensuring individuals control their digital presence personified as an extension of their conscience. Users will have complete authority over their devices, prohibiting unauthorized remote control, surveillance, updates, or data extractions, with the ability to disable all notifications and delete unwanted apps, including manufacturer software. Companies profiting from data must compensate individuals for its collection and or pay taxes, which will be used to help fund healthcare and education for all. Individuals will also be able to earn additional income through user participation, such as extra ad views, reviews, and so on. Police are supposed to be the citizens who care so much about our way of life that they sacrifice a normal career path for one of public service. But once an officer dons a blue stripe mentality, their mindset leans to protect police first and then citizens. This, coupled with the instruction to produce numbers to increase funding, literally weaponizes police forces against our own citizens. The question is, how do we change this and win back our police forces as public servants? Any officer that carries a weapon must be held to strict rules of engagement and hold the highest regard for the public and human life. Anytime there is an officer caused fatality, the officer involved should resign from police service, setting a precedent that loss of life is completely unacceptable. All departments should set the greatest example for our societies to help break tribalism and remind us that we're all in this together by taking off their blue stripe and breaking the division between police and the public. The negative symbol of the blue stripe should be replaced with a blue positive sign adorned with a yellow equal sign, which is also the leading symbol of this movement. In this instance, the color blue represents water or cleansing. The color yellow represents happiness and optimism. The cross represents positivity, and the yellow stripes represent equality, together symbolizing positive equality, unity, and the hope for a new, better world. Every police precinct should create a new division of actual peace officers with no weapons. These officers would function as psychological paramedics and be administrators of love and compassion, carrying information to all local shelters, food banks, job assistance programs, addiction meetings, and the like, and become the new healers of our societies, helping to lift each person no matter their level of disparity. These ranks should be filled by those officers whose hearts and desires are equal to the task, that no person will be discriminated against for any reason. All those who are suffering will receive the care they need and deserve, and when people in bad situations see a blue cross coming, they won't have to be afraid. They can feel the same as when they see a red cross coming, safe, and know they are not alone. These divisions will set a new standard for interaction between public servants and the public. Our elected officials should begin a process of eliminating outdated laws and create a no harm, no foul constitutional amendment that protects civil liberties and curbs authoritarianism. All remaining and future laws should be written with a clear purpose and intention, stating why it was created and the goal it was made to achieve, where actions that fall outside of those margins cannot be penalized. The war on drugs must end and be replaced with a war on the mental health crisis. For instance, marijuana should be legalized equivalent to alcohol and the tax revenue made to help fund mental health care and education for all. These measures will reduce incarceration costs and promote societal healing and unity, further fostering domestic tranquility. The reshaping of our world requires an approach of love and acceptance for one another, and forgiveness of the past where societal manipulations created an environment that bred desperation and selfishness. To usher in this new trend, courts should begin forgiving all nonviolent crimes, less restitution, freeing individuals from unjust incarceration and rebuilding trust in government and the faith in our societies. One of the most common objections to increasing our populations is not having enough food and resources to sustain everyone. Industrial hemp is a crop of vast abundance and utility with over 50,000 uses, including food, supplies, fuel, energy, building materials, and so on, and can grow nearly anywhere. This single crop will be the cornerstone of the transformation and create a raw material and economic boom with countless small businesses and job opportunities across the world. Hemp has one of the strongest natural fibers, grows 60 times faster than trees, thrives in deserts, requires minimal water and no pesticides, producing an average of 10,000 pounds of biomass per acre every 3 to 4 months. A global growth initiative would eliminate scarcity and support food security and abundant supply lines. Hemp seed is also a nutrient-dense superfood. Research shows when animals have hemp seed in their diet, they live longer and breed more, giving rise to healthy wild animal populations and livestock. Solar-powered grinders and hand-cranked presses can empower communities and remote villages everywhere to create their own food, fuel, and supplies. One of the many possible products, hempcrete, is a fireproof, pest-resistant building material and can be used to build even more homes and structures. Hemp biofuels, 10 times less toxic than table salt, will help ensure energy independence, with each acre producing 100 gallons of biodiesel and over 600 gallons of ethanol. By challenging corporate greed and outdated laws, this revolution reduces costs across every industry, eliminating fuel and energy shortages, and counters material scarcity propaganda, further freeing nations and individuals from corporate dependence and globalization. A great example is how global supply lines were crippled when COVID hit. Imagine every region has its own resource abundance with processing and production capabilities. No one would ever be subject to supply shortages or scarcity. Hemp can also be used to make batteries, particularly supercapacitors with lithium, sulfur, or sodium-ion variants, and shows significant potential to outperform traditional lithium-ion and graphene-based batteries in cost, sustainability, and performance. Their environmental benefits and use of abundant renewable hemp makes them a promising solution for a greener energy future. Within 2 years of research and development, we will have created a wide range of hemp plastic composites 10 times stronger than steel, lightweight, and 3D printable to spark a construction revolution, producing homes, buildings, infrastructure, and mechanical components. Structural members can be made photovoltaic, turning buildings into self-charging batteries to offset energy demands. These composites also enable the creation of lightweight vehicle chassis for passenger drones and provide batteries to power them. We can make featherweight space shuttles to maximize cargo capacity and minimize the fuel for liftoffs. Hemp's abundance will provide rapid development of self-sufficient space-age smart cities with zero or negative footprints by integrating advanced automated energy, food, water, and waste management systems. Cities would include enclosed aquaponic farms and orchards, as well as subterranean portions to double as extra living space and fallout zones to safeguard against major disasters. Even printing floating cities can easily be achieved and powered by solar, wind, and wave currents, made to travel globally and also be self-sustaining. Hemp performs as a biorefinery, removing anywhere from 7 to 30 tons of CO2 per acre, filtering the water it uses, removing soil contaminants, including radiation as used in Chernobyl, and helps restore degraded farmlands. Recently, the U.S. lost over 100 million acres to depleted soils. Rotating hemp through these lands could recover them while removing 1.8 billion tons of CO2 annually. Also, biodegradable hemp plastics can replace all conventional plastics and eventually eliminate waste accumulation and the buildup of nanoplastics in the environment and our bodies. When all of our products and packaging are being made from biodegradable, biocompatible materials, we will eliminate the need for landfills as all waste will be compostable and circulated back through the production and growth cycles. A recent study has produced a model for the evolution of planetary atmospheres through 4 stages. As they begin to form, they're known as immature biospheres and become mature biospheres as they stabilize. When industrial processes begin to disrupt the natural balance, it creates an immature technosphere where we are now. When processes are shifted to control and restabilize, it becomes a mature technosphere. The hemp revolution will transition our atmosphere from an immature to a mature technosphere that benefits all life and gives us a natural, cost-effective tool to combat and control climate change for generations. That means we can continue using petroleum fuels where necessary and still maintain a stable climate indefinitely. As we begin to transform life on our planet to be beneficial and prosperous to every individual, the newfound abundance and advancements will bring 2 billion people out of poverty and into the marketplace. Billions of more products sold can amount to trillions added to profit margins. All these advances will also enable megacorporations to take advantage of space exploration and mining its endless resources. This will give them access to amounts of wealth that could never be achieved on a single planet and put them well on their way to creating history's first quadrillionaires. That should be a big enough carrot to turn their ambitions away from the exploitation of humanity towards the infinite riches of the stars. The low-cost production of 3D printed hemp homes will allow us to make them cost-free to individuals and eliminate homelessness completely. Having incorporated gardens and orchards into all infrastructure upgrades and investments, and making utilities, education, and healthcare cost-free, we will achieve a new level of freedom. With no homestead property taxes and all essential needs met. If you just want to make candles and save money to go backpacking on trips around the world, you can freely do that without having to worry about losing your home or not having food or utilities when you return. You might be someone who enjoys making crafts or teaching, and you will easily be able to make a business out of it without having to be stressed about the financial burdens of doing so. All of your essentials are taken care of. You are truly free, and you can do as you please. You can live your entire life and never set an alarm clock. We should expect that some people will, and also that there will be go-getters out there paving new paths and greater innovations. As a matter of fact, we should absolutely expect a happy and productive world. The development of self-sustaining smart cities and updating existing cities with similar technology will also enable us to have national fire escape plans across the world, not just for the ultra-wealthy, to safeguard everyone against cataclysmic events and preserve our species and ways of life indefinitely. This is the Blue Cross movement for positive equality. It's an innovative, peaceful revolution offering a bold path to a utopian space age within 10 to 15 years. By redefining ownership, with mineral and data rights, revolutionizing our economies and societies, unleashing a hemp-driven economic and environmental boom, creating self-sufficient, automated smart cities. We create a new way of life that frees humanity for countless generations. We change the course of history and walk the human race into a lasting golden age. Furthermore, we secure our place in history with the greatest legacy imaginable as the heroes of our planet and species. If we've learned anything in the last 100 years, it's that no matter how noble the causes we fight are, progress will be little to none as long as we are overpowered and out-organized. United we stand, divided we fall. But if we can find it in ourselves to stand together behind a dynamic plan such as this one, then nothing can stand in our way and we can accomplish it. From the simple farmers and independent crafters to the climbers of the corporate ladder, all hopes and dreams can truly be fulfilled. Now, I know that sounds like a dream speech, but once again, we have been capable of most of these things for almost 100 years, and this plan is not only feasible. With all the time and resources that have already been wasted, we could have accomplished it already. We could be there right now. And though that opportunity was squandered, let's not be overcome with anger and lose this one. Right now, there's a great energy building in the world behind calls for dramatic change and revolution. This plan has the potential to capture that energy and redirect it for the greatest good, but it requires you to make it happen. This is a call to action, to join the movement and spread the vision and hope for a new world. Your power is the only piece missing from this puzzle, and it's time to plug in. It's time to shed our differences and come together to seize this opportunity, to be the heroes our world needs. Even better, it's never been easier. Just share, like, subscribe, and start talking about it. Let this be the topic that dominates all conversation. Make it grow and sweep the globe like a tsunami that its force must be reckoned with, and nothing will stop us from getting there. As an initial goal, we need to raise funding and awareness, and we need to aim high. In late 2021, Elon Musk challenged the UN to create a plan to end world hunger and stated he would donate $6 billion to the effort if they could demonstrate how it would be spent effectively. That never really transpired, but we can use it as a point of leverage. Let's raise enough awareness for this movement to get mainstream attention. Then we can have Elon and other billionaires in the spotlight with the expectation of contributing a small portion of their wealth to kick off an initiative called Hemp, Help Elevate My Planet, which will use the proposals from the hemp revolution to end world hunger and poverty by creating a sustainable, scalable solution that not only provides immediate food aid, but also builds long-term food security, economic empowerment, environmental restoration, and systemic change to tackle the root causes of hunger, such as conflict, climate change, and corporate monopolies, while avoiding resilience on traditional aid models that harbor fraud and waste and perpetuate dependency. Accomplishing the hemp initiative will be a major kickstart to the Blue Cross movement and bring food security to up to 733 million people. I've made a separate video detailing that plan and challenge to billionaires, and have linked it at the end of this video. If you've made it this far and are motivated to be a part of this movement, I want to offer you a very special thank you and a mountain of gratitude. Thank you for your time and your commitment to creating a better world for everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and start talking to everyone about these possibilities. Once again, I've included links to YouTube channels and videos that prove the viability of all of these proposals. You can review them to find talking points and counter arguments for conversation. Once again, thank you, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next video. Stay motivated and stay positive. A new world is possible. Let's go get it.